How you going, guys, and welcome back to another video here on JetSimmer's YouTube channel. And yes, I am JetSimmer, and I know I haven't been streaming, but yeah, work's getting ahead of me again. And yeah, anyways, I've known that this aircraft's been out for some time now, and there's other videos out there that you might have already seen, but this is my first look. I have to say it is my first look at the aircraft, but I have been mucking around with it 5 minutes prior to jumping into the video just to get some controls sorted out. I had a feeling that it'd be similar to the TBM's controls, but it's a little bit more simpler than the TBM's controls. If you're ever having troubles with the TBM, let me know. I do have a Bravo throttle quadrant, so if you've got the same, I'll be able to kind of give you a heads up and tips on how to set the controls up for that. The aircraft's not too similar from the TBM, but there is some subtle differences which make this aircraft a little bit easier on the controls. But anyways, without further ado, sorry about touching the mic just then. Without further ado, let's have a look at the aircraft. We're just sitting here at Archerfield, which is my school airfield, and there's actually a TBM sitting in this exact location. However, the TBM faces the buildings, not away from the buildings. But there is always a TBM in this exact location here in Archerfield. If it's not here, it's obviously flying around. But every time I taxi out, I'm either past it or it's coming in or somewhere else. I've only ever seen it facing in this direction every now and again, but it normally faces towards the buildings. I have a feeling it belongs to, it's a VIP aircraft, the one at Archerfield. So yeah, anyways, let's just have a quick look at the chase cam right here, and we'll just get on and have a look. Now, this is from Carenado, so Carenado makes some really good models. Say what you will about Carenado, yes, they don't really go too much into systems, but I have a thing for you that we'll be having a look at shortly. But anyways, just have a look at the detail of the rivets and the screws. Oh, if I slow that camera down just a tad, let's just slow that camera just a tad down. Can we go like 6 there? That should be a bit better. But if we just zoom in there, just have a look at that. The screws look absolutely amazing. The reflection from the clouds underneath the wing there look just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, Carenado never ceased to amaze me. I think I've bought every Carenado aircraft so far that I wanted to get. So yeah, we've got like a little cargo door here, which I believe you can open all doors from inside. Now there is some documents on how to do a lot of stuff, and I'll go through that with you as well. Now the PC-12 comes with 9 liveries plus a white one, I believe. So 10 liveries all up. So this one is the Hotel Bravo FYP. But yeah, there's a white one for you to go on and customize your own. So I guess there will be some really good liveries coming out in the future for those people that love making liveries for aircrafts and stuff. So I'm going to try my hand at it and see how I go, because I want to try and get a custom a custom registration. But if anyone wants to do one for me, by all means, let me know. Yeah, put JetSimmer on the back or something. That'd be cool. But anyways, this is a really good aircraft. And then apart from the TBM, this is like the big brother of the TBM. So having a look down here at the strobe lights down here. Oops. And you can see the little bit of rivet work there. Or the, yeah, it's a little bit of rivets and screws coming along out the back of the ailerons just there. There's some big ailerons for the type of plane that it is, isn't it? Alrighty, sorry about that big noise. Yeah, I accidentally bumped the mic, so sorry about that. But it looks like you need power to run the ailerons there and possibly the flaps. So they're not, well, yeah, the flaps definitely. So now you can walk in and around the cabin when you're in the aircraft as well. But just having a look at that big ass engine at the front there, looks amazing. let's go down and check this landing gear right here. Check out that lovely ground. That ground just looks, yum. Looks good. Don't eat it, but yes. That landing gear at the front could be a little bit better, but it does look amazing. Actually, that kind of is almost what I normally see. The tire pressure PSI when I walk around the TBM at the school, that's definitely there. So basically all the stuff. There's the chassis thing, and it's even got numbers on it if you really wanted to get right in there and have a look at it. It says built by Carenado and everything. Oh, so good. That's cool. So that'll be the taxi light. I would say these lights here are the landing lights, so having a look at that. And the detail on the landing gear here, how it's a little bit white and worn in the middle. You know what I want to see on aircraft? I want to see grease. Come on, start putting grease marks there or something. So yeah, it's kind of got the similar vibe to the 737, how it doesn't all fully enclose into the wings there. Well, the 7.4, 7.3, sorry. Yeah. So it looks like a beacon light underneath there. And there might be some other landing lights. Do we have another one on the other side? Did I not see that? Oh, there it is. So yeah, it might have recognition lights as well as landing lights. This big thing is the radar. Now, I believe the working weather radar, I'm not 100% sure if it's working, but yeah. But before we jump into the aircraft, I just want to show you a few details that I have seen on the website. So you can pick it up from Carenado, and this is the so-called website right here. So right now, you can buy the 1.0 version from the marketplace. It's the only place you can buy Carenado aircraft, and you'll see what it comes with. Now, this is why there's some really cool add-ons. So it comes with the 530 and the 430. But you can also have the 750 integration from PMS50.com if you want to grab that. Or you can go and buy the 750XI integration option, which I'm thinking about getting. I had a look at it the other day, and it looks really, really good. So I'm going to think about buying it and doing a video on that as well. And then you can see cold, dark, ready to start, takeoff options. Now, I'm not 100% sure how to get into those, but we'll get into that soon. So there is a tablet somewhere, interface for controlling static elements, pilots, operating. So we'll have a look at all of that, wherever the tablet may be. So we also have a range of documents. Now, if you don't know where the documents are, you come to the website, go to Docs and download the documents. And it comes with the references. So you'll have your VMO speeds, your MMO speeds. So you have 240, 0.48 Mach. So that's your Mach speeds. You also have your VO speeds here. VFE. So 165. Maximum gear extension, which is 180, I believe. Yeah. 180 knots, KIS, or indicated airspeed. So 177, indicated airspeed. So you'll be using the left line, I think. The right-hand line. Maximum landing gear extend speed, so you can only extend the landing gear. So operating speed is 177, but the maximum landing extended speed is 236. So as long as the gear is locked and down, you can go up to 236 knots. But if you're going to be retracting them or whatever, you need to slow down to 177. Then we have operating speed here. So just some charts for you to download if you wish. The white arc and the green arc and all that stuff. We can go through that another time. Then we have copyright, so we'll just get rid of that. Then you have a full integration of your electronical systems here. If you have never really delved into electronics, this will be a cool document for you to have a look at. Then you have your emergency procedures. If you want to practice some emergency procedures, you have them all here, as many as they'll give you. Multifunction displays. So this will be your GPS, the one that they give you, not the ones that I just said before. So it kind of gives you an idea of the multifunction displays, which we'll have a look at in more detail in a later video, which is pretty cool. We also have normal procedures here, which we'll be looking at very shortly. And we also have the performance tables. We're not going to really look into this now, but I will be going over the performance tables once I get my head around them. They're very similar to what I use in the Cessna 172 and the 206 that I'm starting to get involved in as well. So they're very similar. So I'll go through those with you soon. We're going to have a look at the inspection stuff later date. But we will just go straight in and have a look at setting up the aircraft and get ready to fly. So that's just the empennage. Don't really need it. So before starting, so we'll have a look at that. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to minimize that so you can go ahead and see the aircraft, and let's get on inside, shall we? So we'll jump on inside the aircraft right now, and just because I like using my track IR, this is what it is like inside the aircraft. So we have, I'm not 100% sure if these are working. No, they're not. So don't think you're going to jump in here and start pulling the pins on any of your things. Now, there will be another version of this coming out from SimWorks, the guys that did the Kodiak 100. So if you want to wait for the Kodiak 100, go for it. The guys that did the Kodiak 100, and they're bringing their PC-21 out. That'll probably be a lot more integrated with a lot of systems. And they're also bringing out the glass cockpit at a later date as well. So you've got this semi-half of one, and then you'll have the same with the SimWorks, and then you'll have another one with a full glass 3000 cockpit. So yeah. Now, where's that tablet? There is a tablet around here somewhere. The tablet's got to be around here somewhere. They did say it was around. There it is. I've found the tablet, ladies and gentlemen. So as always, we have the statics. I'm just going to quickly reset. There we go, so I don't have my neck crook. We also have external power, the tow bar. So show and hide the cockpit, passenger door and cargo doors open. What do we got? So we have, so you need the that one down. Remember that once the activates, it's so these are the integrations. Remember that once activated, it is not possible to deactivate it in flight, and it will be necessary to restart the simulator in order. So if you want this XI, you need to buy it, and if you want this one, you need to have it downloaded to operate it. This one also requires an install. Both of them actually require an install. The 750 can be free or bought. The XI has to be bought, and I'm thinking of buying it next time I get the chance. So that's that. Your next options is cold and dark and ready. So we'll just hit cold and dark and we'll have a look, and then we'll hit done. So your next one, it gives you kind of a takeoff power setting calculated, takeoff checklist and all that sort of stuff. Landing checklists, and there you go. So we'll leave it there, and we'll just send that back to it, like a little thing. Let's jump out and have a look. So right now we have the cargo door, the electronic power, and a whole bunch of awesome little cones. Sorry about that. That'll be the Brisbane city lighting up there with their little jolt. Yeah, every time I look at Brisbane City, it kind of freezes me. I don't know why. But anyways, we'll bring that out now real quickly, and we'll dump the... we'll get rid of the tow bar. External power can stay... Static elements can go off. Passenger doors can close. Might actually turn the external power off as well. And we'll have a look at starting this bad boy. Right, so what I'm going to do is just completely stop the thing. And I'll just use the mouse for now. And we'll go through a few bits and pieces. Now, what do we have here? So we got auto... It actually tells you where it is. So we have Autopilot Disconnect, which is this bad boy. The red one. We have an up, down, left, and right. I'm guessing that's for like trim or something. Trim engage would be on the back. Not 100% sure what they mean. Unless there's, what you call it. We got map lights. Trim and gauge. I wonder if that has got something to do with automatic trimming of the aircraft. Maybe. Possibly. So yeah. Anyways, just looking around the cockpit right now, it just looks absolutely amazing. So up here should be all the fuel. So if we go ahead and turn on some batteries. So that's that one. We'll turn on that one. There's the batteries. So we'll leave the generators off for now. Everything comes to life. I think we'll get the external power going. Because I want to have a look at a few other bits and pieces real quickly with you. So we'll go here. I want to see if it actually works. So we'll turn the external power on. We'll get rid of that. So now we're running on external power, so we should not see the volts go down, hopefully. Alright, so if I turn the beacons on. Yep, the beacons work, and there should be another beacon underneath. Yep, that's cool. But for this particular one, I think we have lights, navigation lights, and beacons. So we'll have navigation light and beacons, because no one's really going to see the beacon up the top. But we'll have both navigation lights and beacons on. But anyways, without further ado, let's have a quick look at the startup procedures, and we'll get right into it. Alright, so this is not going to be a full tutorial on startup procedures. I am going to skip quite a bit of stuff. But we'll go through a few of those later on if people would like to see that. So before start engine, we're going to skip all of that shit. We don't really need to have a look at it all. But we will have it in the near future. Fuel quantity, we're not going to do that. We're not going to test. We're not going to test any of that sort of stuff. Propeller area clear. Starter switch, push for 2 seconds. Oil pressure, check rising. NG between 13 and 20%. And continue to leave it ground. Okay, and then we're just going to monitor for 800 and 870, limited to 20 seconds, maximum 1000, limited to 5 seconds. If any of that, stable above 50. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Once it's stable above 50, then we'll go flight idle, and then ITT monitor, and so on and so forth. Condition, if combustion is not in 10 seconds, blah, 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 flight idle, push feather, starter interrupt, push switch. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at that real quickly. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my side so you guys can't see it anymore, but I'm going to have a quick talk about it. Anyways. Alright, so now we just got to find all these controls. Alright, so down here we have cockpit lighting, instrument lighting, and all that sort of stuff. That's okay. We'll jump up here. I have a feeling. Now, let's... what do we got here? So you got nav lights and beacon lights, wing lights on. Don't need that. So we test. Alright, that's got to be the pusher. Oh, that'll be this thing here. Let's have a look. That's your stalling, okay? So if you ever stall, fire, starter interrupt, starter on, ignition on, all that sort of stuff. Ignition's now on auto. Standby bus and generators are there. Ready? Let's have a look and see how we go. So starter on. Monitoring the RPM for 13%. There it is. Ground idle. Watching the ITT not go up. Over 800. RPMs are coming up. Stabling on NG 62. Whoops. Alright, now we go up to flight idle. Monitoring. And all good. Generator's on. So the generator switches are up here, guys. AV1 and AV2 are on. Just brings that up. Taxi lights on. Which they're on. Let's just see if... I have a feeling I know why they're off. Hang on a quick second, ladies and gentlemen. I want to really quickly change something. My landing light switch bugged out on my Bravo throttle quadrant. So if I can have a look at my lights, exteriors, landing lights off, landing lights on and off. So that is not that one. There we go. Okay, cool. I was just trying to remember where it was. So that's those ones. Now I believe there's wing lights. No? Recognition lights. Yep. I thought so. So they can go off. Alrighty, so we're pretty much all started up. The avionics did its like little test thing that you've seen. This aircraft's kind of loud, isn't it, guys? I'm gonna set 3000. Hit standby. Then we'll hit Alt. Alrighty, so real quickly we'll have a look down at the GPS thing that we have here. Press any button to continue. Nav Data, so worldwide Nav Data's there. Looks like you can turn it off as well. And here's your, so does traffic display on, view center, north up, forward, so that's pretty cool. Center view. Declutter. So terrain, base. Terrain's not too bad. I don't mind the terrain. Weather radar, when weather radar actually works. TWS, trips, nearest. So if we have a look at YBAF here, it gives you the frequencies of the ground, and airport info, gives you the runways and all the different, like if you were to really talk to them, it's really good. And they're the actual, yeah, they're the actual radio frequencies. So that's pretty cool. And it kind of gives you which way the runways are heading. I kind of like it. Doesn't tell you the runway is there because it's probably, but if we were to use this one and go to Brisbane, it'll give you runways most likely. So if we scroll down, actually it doesn't give you the runways. I don't know. Maybe more data is needed. So VORs, NDVs, intercepts, airport. So yeah, that could help a lot of people out. We also have this, which is yep, cool. So you can pretty much go through all your sort of setups. I'm going to actually have a look at all this myself, and we'll go through it with you at another date. This is just a look through, because it's going to be quite long. And you can actually set up your system time as well, for UTC, your local time, which is not correct. No. Hey, what's the month? It's the 9th month, the 8th day. Yeah, that's right. So my local time is apparently 3:30 in the afternoon, which is not... Oh, yeah. It's not correct because I don't have... So if I was to go weather, guys, and do real time, you'll see there the real clock, which I think is pretty cool. So that clock will change depending on what your clock is in the sim. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. And last but not least, radar. Now that'll be weather radar or something. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And you can also have the weather radar just there. So I kind of like that. Now we have our trim. A few other bits and pieces. We have the trim, the flaps there. So we'll set flaps 15. The anti-ice. I don't know. Angle of attack, de-ice, apparently. Okay, so that'll be the pitot heat. Alright, so I'll need that again. Probes. Open up that. Prop on. So you'd have that similar to the TBM on your off. Like windscreen washers. Something like that anyways. Alright, let's take this baby out and see about flying. So, I'm just going to reset the... There we go. And it looks like we're taking off on runway 10, guys. So we'll head out to runway 10 and scoot down Echo and then Bravo, and then we'll take off and go for a fly and just see what it's like. I'm going to sit here and let you listen to the sounds on the way out and take off, and we'll talk to you when we get in the air. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was, but I just broke the wing. Well, we know that goes back under its own, oh shit, can you stop? We know that it reverses on its own, thing. Okay, so that fence is, lethal. Note to self. So it reverses under its own propeller. power, which is great. Just like the TBMs. Alright, so we're about to cross the runway, so we're going to go ahead and turn on our strobes and landing light. Damn, this aircraft wants to take off. I need to really set up. I've recently got some new stand for my computer, so my track IR is completely out, and my screen is like kind of off to the left. So while we're taxiing, I'm just going to move my screen back over so I'm not leaning half out of the aircraft. There we go. That's a lot better. Alrighty. Airspeed's alive and rising. Pull back on the stick. Brakes down. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up. Lower the nose. Wonder why we got the warning. Who knows? Oh, probably the inset I turned off. I gotta stop looking out to Brisbane. Just playing around with the autopilot a little bit. Not 100% sure where the details of the autopilot. I know that's there. Flight director and all that. She flies really nicely. I got to say, guys, the autopilot works nice. So I'll just whack on the... So my opinion so far. Now, when I first looked at the aircraft on the marketplace, I seen it for about 35 Australian dollars. I think it's 35 or 37. I kind of thought it would be around the $50 mark, but after I seen that, I was like, yep, take my money. I'm kind of interested. We're up in the clouds here. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to get my hands on it, have a look. So we've had a first look at it. I'm definitely going to dive into some of the systems of this aircraft, because I really want to get my money's worth of this aircraft, and then try my luck when the SimWorks one comes out. That one is going to be pretty damn neat. So we're just going to just circle back to the airport now. We're actually over Greenbank, which we shouldn't be. We're going to circle back over and see if we can land her, because I haven't landed a fast medium plane like this yet. Well, when you count the so there's the runways out there. If you count the Twin Otter, yeah, that's a medium similarly fast aircraft, but this is a lot faster than that Twin Otter, I think. Don't quote me, I haven't really looked into it. But one thing we haven't... Landing gears... Yeah, landing gears up. Alright, so we know that we gotta be at 177 for landing gear operations. But the wide arc is where the flaps come out. Or is it the green arc? Well and truly ready for the gears. I wonder if these come down. Well, that's pretty cool. They do come down. Where's mine? I actually quite like that. They don't get in your way. You can look up to the stars, the sky. Pretty good. Alright, so we're going to come and land. I'm not doing anything by the book here. We'll do more of that later on. So we'll just come in, land, and I'll let you listen to all the lovely sounds. float a little here. Whoa! She a bit touchy on the brakes, ladies and gents. Well, that was cool. Very touchy on the brakes. So I might have to change a bit of my sensitivity for this aircraft. But nonetheless, there was a safe landing. Any landing you walk away from is a good landing. But do I recommend it? 100% yes. I do recommend this aircraft. If it's an aircraft that you're interested in, I do recommend it. It is highly... I don't know if it's accurate. That's not my opinion because I don't fly these in the real world. But it is highly detailed. It has the systems there. And there is other add-ons for different GPS options. Instead of the ones that we have here. And I'm definitely going to integrate the 750XI in the future. It'll be a really good add-on, I believe. And that will just change these default ones that you see here on the right. So yeah, this aircraft is... I'm blown away by it. I really am. Alright, so we've left there. We've left there, so landing lights are off. Strobes are off, beacons on. All that needs to happen now is just 1, 2. Taxi lights off. Avionics is off. Obviously there'd be other things for you to think about. Stand by. And go ahead and turn the other lights off. Leave the beacons on. Battery off. And yeah, that's it, guys. So thank you very much for a quick video. Kind of a doozy. There's a couple of things that went wrong, but that's okay. But until next time, guys, thanks for joining. And I really hope to see you in the next one. See yous.